Hello and welcome to yet another video tutorial on SF Dojo class. This is going to be the last episode of season 1, and I really must say I appreciate everybody that has made out the time to go through all the videos I've put out there, and I'm really thankful for you watching this. So today I'm going to be talking about the important topic known as Footsies. Alright, so let's start. This is going to be an awesome video tutorial, and if you're new, stick around. Maybe you're gonna pick a thing or two. If you're not new, you definitely want to watch this. So Footsies, what is Footsies? Okay, sorry, this is a question mark. Okay, I've heard a lot of people define Footsies as trying to control the mid-range game by ranging out with pokes and things like that, but I consider Footsies as your game plan at a particular point in the match. And the thing is that game plan changes. So the best way for me to define Footsies, and this is a personal definition by the way, is Footsies is the plan of action in order to achieve a set goal. So let's look at it this way. If my plan is to knock down my opponent, then my Footsies will be trying to whiff punish his attacks, trying to punish his attacks and all the whatnot. If my Footsies will be to maintain, if my plan is to maintain a life lead, then my Footsies will be forcing him to block ranged attacks. At this point, my game is not really to take damage, but rather to keep him away from getting any damage on me. So that will be my Footsies. Now, you would, if my goal was to get my opponent cornered, then my Footsies will be inching in from outside poke range, slowly coming in that space where his attacks face the danger of getting whiff punished by me, and not necessarily attacking. And the best way I can describe this is watching Snake Eyes. That he's a pro in this part of footsie game. So I will define Footsies as basically the plan to achieve your goals, the plan that you have to put in motion to achieve whatever goal it is you want to achieve. So that's basically my own personal definition of Footsies. So with that in mind, I'm going to be talking about the art of whiff punishing. I have done this video before, but I did it with a bad microphone, so I decided to run through it again because the audio on the other one was pretty bad. Alright, so in the art of whiff punishing, one thing is very important, one thing is very crucial, and that factor is your ability to react. Everybody has fixed default reaction, but that can be improved by playing fast reaction based games like Temple Run, Subway Surfers and all that, and also playing online games that require you to react to stuff. Now basically whiff punishing relies heavily on visual cues, because you're basically reacting to what you see, because reacting to what you hear may be a handicap if you're playing in a loud environment. So the question is, what can you visually react to be able to whiff punish your opponent? Now that comes in to 3 techniques that I've noticed that is the most used in fighting games. Alright, so the first technique is the no block technique. This technique requires people with high reaction speed, because you're basically reacting to what your opponent is doing, and that is very difficult because you have no time to you have to, first of all, the move has to come out and you have to realize that you have done something, and you now have to react to what you've done. So yeah, and you have to do that in a very short space of time, mostly below 30 frames. That's like half a second. Now this is possible with practice, but this is not the technique for me, because I've tried using this and I go under a lot of mental strain trying this method, so I don't really bother doing the no block. How they do the no block is that, let's say this is your opponent and you're standing here. The whole idea is, if you're blocking, your hurt box extends a bit. I don't know why it's that way, but that's the way it is. And it's even worse if you're crouching, it even expands forward a lot more. So at this rate, the move that will hit you on block crouching will whiff if you're standing. So, and the move that hits you when you're blocking standing will whiff if you're not blocking at all. So that's the whole idea of the no block method. You can practice that, but it definitely requires good reaction speed. The second technique will be using proximity block. Now this technique is really an old technique, but I first saw it being used by XSK Samurai. He's a very good Ryu player, and I saw him using it the first time, and it was like a miracle to me. I was like, why didn't I notice that? I was like, it's so freaking obvious. So the thing is that in this game, proximity block is a little mechanic that when you are near your opponent and they throw an attack, it forces you into a blocking animation. Yeah, so that's basically what proximity block is. So how it affects this is that if your opponent is here and you're here, your goal will be to walk in slightly into his attacking range, then hold back. So what happens is, while you're holding back, if he throws any poke, you will for a split second freeze. So at that particular second that you notice that you should be going back but you just stopped, it gives you the info that he has thrown something. So you in return throw out your own attack. So what you want to do is to walk in and walk back at the range that your most effective poke will reach his, and his own will most likely whiff. So this technique is very, very good, and I tend to use this a lot whenever I play Evil Ryu, because of his 6-frame sweep. With Gen, that doesn't really work much because his sweep is 8 frames, but I use something else for Gen entirely. So going to the third option, and this is the one I most of the time make use of, is using the block animation. Alright, so this one requires you to crouch block. Yes, I'm a sissy, I like crouch blocking, I don't like getting swept. But this tech, what basically happens is when you're outside your opponent's footsie range and you're crouch blocking. Now the key of this tech is for you to crouch block at the range that the sweep will get to you, and you'll block it, and sweeps are usually negative on frames. But his crouching medium moves, saying crouch medium punch, crouch medium kick, whatever, will whiff. So what happens is, if he throws a sweep, you block and punish. But if he throws a crouching medium move, what happens is that as it whiffs, there is this blocking startup animation that your character will do. So at this point, when you crouch, your eyes are focused solely on your character. So once you notice that he's having this split-second block animation transition, you know that this guy has done something, and that is your cue to throw out your poke. So that is the 3 ways that I know how whiff punishing works. Now these 3 rely on your visual reaction. Now there is another way of whiff punishing that is not based on you visually reacting, but baiting your opponent to throw a poke, and I've seen Daigo use this one a lot. So okay, let me call this method number 4. So what he does is he does a double series. So what you see Daigo doing a lot is his opponent, and Daigo is here. He will throw a crouching medium kick that gets to this point, and immediately after that he will do 3 things. He will either throw another crouching medium kick, or he will throw a sweep, or he will throw a fireball. So the whole idea is you've thrown something that your opponent can't see. Now you're expecting him to try to whiff punish you, and in his attempt to whiff punish, all this option will blow up that attempt. So that's basically the method that I've seen Daigo use a lot, and I think Justin Wong uses this too. I can't remember, but I'm sure Daigo used it a lot in the Topanga match that he had with Xian, and you can watch that match to see what I mean. So I think I've covered everything at this point, and I want to say thank you for watching, and if you have any question, always leave that in the comments, and also let me know how you think. And with this, we come to the end of season 1 of SF Dojo, and I want to appreciate you guys for watching, and I don't know, depending on the reception of these videos, I might venture into season 2, but for now I don't know. But I want to say thank you for watching, and it's been a good run. Alright, so all that's left for you is to practice, level up, get better, and if you have any questions, I'm always here for you, so feel free to ask, no matter what it is, no matter how scrubby it might sound. I'm here to answer your questions. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.